welcome to the finale for Season 2 of The Lord of the Rings Online. I know what you're wondering. This season was Ered Luin. What are you doing back in the Shire? The reason I'm here is because right behind me is the Brandywine Bridge that will take me directly to Bree-land, which is going to be where I venture next for Season 3. You, of course, can take a swift travel pony over there, but for the purpose of recording this playthrough, I like to physically travel to the locations for cinematic purposes, I guess. So if you remember from the last season finale, there's a little template I like to follow for these last videos of the season, and I like to go over new titles, new ponies, all the deeds, and everything for the location that I just finished in. As a reminder, if you go to renaissancegaming.net/lotro.html, I have a completionist checklist there, which you can see all of the quests and all of the deeds for each area, and you can see which ones I have completed and which ones I have not completed. So, let's take a look at some things here. First of all, giving myself a new title, Kippin' Proud Feet, Guardian of Ered Luin, because I just finished everything here in Ered Luin. My new pony going into Bree is going to be the Bree pony, of course, makes total sense. I did not upgrade my gear to go into Season 3, the reason being, I didn't gain a single level here in Ered Luin, because I still have my Stone of the Tortoise equipped, so I don't outlevel the content. I did change some of my virtues though, since I did some of the deeds and got better virtues. So there they are. I'm going to go with Innocence, Determination, and Patience going into Bree-land. Not that big of a deal, but there you go. So next up, let's talk a little bit about the deeds here in Ered Luin. You will see that you have your typical exploration deeds, and then you have some quest deeds, and of course your Slayer deeds. For Explorer of Ered Luin, you have to do 3 or 4 different explorations, which I will show you momentarily. For these quests here, Ally, Defender, and Hero, you just have to do a bunch of quests in Ered Luin. Deeds, you have to finish pretty much all of the deeds in the area, and then you have your Slayers, you got Brigands, Goblins, Hendroval, you got Spiders, and you got Wolves as well. Now, it is important to note that I did not finish 100% of the quests and deeds in Ered Luin. The only reason for that is that, if you remember, there is the area of Sarnur in Ered Luin that is around level 50, so I can't complete that content yet, but I will definitely be coming back to it. And again, just go to that completionist checklist on my website and you will see the quests and deeds that I still have to do in Ered Luin, and I will do them eventually. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into some of the deeds and show you how to do them. The first exploration deed is called Elf Ruins Exploration, and it begins here in Nen Hilith. The ruins of Nen Hilith speak of more peaceful times when the elves dwelt by the lake and contemplated the world that was. Now evil wolves stalk the ruins, casting a dark shadow over the beautiful memory of the place. Next is Tham-Galair. In the days when Tham-Galair stood whole, it was a place of celebration and ceremony for the elves of Ered Luin. Now it is a wretched ruin, a shattered memory of better days. Next is Limael's Vineyard. Limael's Vineyard was once the chief source of wine grapes for the elves of Ered Luin, but goblins have since taken over the once peaceful vale. Nevertheless, the elves still harvest the grapes when they ripen, as well as the trespassing goblins. Next is Dol Ring West. Dol Ring West was once a place of great beauty and home to many elves. Now it is a decayed and broken ruin. The last elf ruin is the Ward Spire. This tower, overlooking the Lune, once guarded docks where ships would carry wood and wine from Edhelion to Mithlond. Now it has been abandoned to the wild. The next exploration deed is the places of the Dwarves, and it begins here in Gondomar. The fortress of Gondomar was once an elven fortress, abandoned when the elves of Helion abandoned their former refuge for Dourhands after Skogrim Dourhands' treacherous assault. The Dwarves rebuilt the stronghold to their liking. Next is Nogland. The way station of Nogland serves as a provisioner's outpost and resting place for merchants and weary travelers. Next, we have both Thorin's Gates and Freren's Court. Thrain, Thorin's father, named the gates of these halls after his eldest son, Thorin Oakenshield, long before the city itself was known as Thorin's Hall. This courtyard was named after the brother of the great Thorin Oakenshield. It leads to the entrance of Thorin's Hall to the north. The last place of the Dwarves is the Silver Deep Mine. The Silver Deep is a hall that was abandoned long ago before it was completed. The discovery of ancient elf ruins and a troll prompted Thorin and Gandalf the Grey to seal it off. The next exploration deed is Rath exploration, beginning here at the Northern Barricade. The Northern Barricade of Rath is held by stalwart dwarf warriors posted out of Gondomar. Since the resurgence of goblins in Ered Luin some years ago, the dwarves have fought to keep them bottled up in Rath to prevent them from spilling out into the vales and forests beyond. Next is Tomb Agor. The goblins have fortified the cannon of Tomb Agor, preparing for an assault against the barricades, trapping them within Rath. Next is Amon Thank. The goblins trapped within Rath have established a camp upon Amon Thank, from where they can view the dwarf barricades. Next is Crookdale. The goblins of Rath have established their largest camp here in the Crookdale. This is where they plan their raids against the dwarf barricades. Finally, there is the Southern Barricade. The Southern Barricade guards the way to the Grey Havens to the southwest. It was sealed off by the dwarves some years ago as the goblins swarmed out to overrun Rath and now lies abandoned and impassable, making the trek of the elves traveling to the Havens a long and arduous journey, as they must use passes far to the south. The final exploration deed in Ered Luin is scouting the Dourhands, and it starts in Ringdale. The Blue Mountains are dotted with ruins dating back to the Elder Days when the ancestors of the Dourhands ruled a vast kingdom. Ruined when Beleriand fell, Ringdale is one such ruin. Next up is the Grimwater. The Grimwater is a large lake south and east of Thorin's Hall. The Dourhands have built an encampment here, from where they raid merchant wains and travelers passing between Thorin's Hall and the Eastern lands. Next is the Spire of Celendul. This obelisk memorializes the founding of the port of Celendul in Thorin's time. The Dourhands have claimed the city as their last true stronghold in the Blue Mountains. Finally, the last landmark for scouting the Dourhands is the Celendul docks. The ships, which harbored at these docks, once ferried goods along the western coast of Middle-earth to the White Mountains in the south. Now the Dourhands use them to barter with the dark land of Angmar to the north. Now come the Slayer deeds, beginning with Brigand-slayer. There are several places you can do this. You can do it at Ringdale, you can do it at the Grimwater, but I prefer the Celendul docks, because these Dourhands do count as brigands. There's also some Hendroval here, so I recommend killing some Hendroval while you're killing these Dourhands, so that counts towards your Hendroval-slayer deed as well. The next Slayer deed is Goblin-slayer. Again, there are plenty of places you can do this. There are some elven ruins like Dol Ring West and others. There's also all those goblin camps in Rath, Teraig, but this is my personal favorite spot. You can do this Slayer deed quite easily because the goblins here are very low level, so you can just very quickly get it done. Here is the worst Slayer deed in Ered Luin. It is the Hendroval-slayer. You should have taken my advice and done the Brigand-slayer first over at the Celendul docks, and that should have given you a few Hendroval if you killed them along the way. Then you can come over here near Thrasi's Lodge and just finish up the deed that way. This is the highest concentration of Hendroval in Ered Luin. Next, we have the Spider-slayer, and this is not too bad of a deed. There are plenty of spiders over here in this region, so just go crazy on them. Kill those 8-legged critters. Finally, we have the Wolf-slayer deed, and really the only good place to do this in is over here in Nen Hilith. So enjoy killing some wolves. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the reputation factions in Ered Luin. So if you go to your character, and then go to reputation, you can see those. Right here is going to be Thorin's Hall, which is the reputation faction for Ered Luin. The Longbeards of Thorin's Hall have had a relatively quiet existence since the expulsion of the Dourhands. However, the recent discovery of the Dourhand ancient city renamed Anew Sarnur has caused many of the Longbeards concern. With the blood price set against the Dourhands not yet repaid, the Longbeards of Thorin's Hall are loath to let the Dourhands begin construction on the fortified stronghold so near to their city. So, the way you get reputation with Thorin's Hall is you can do some quests in Ered Luin, you can do some deeds there, you can do some of the tasks, and then of course you have all of these little reputation items that you can turn in. Unfortunately, you do have to be level 20 to turn in those reputation items, so I am not able to get kindred with them just yet, but once I am level 20 plus, I will be coming back and of course getting kindred with both the Matham Society in the Shire and Thorin's Hall in Ered Luin. Of note, there is another reputation faction in Ered Luin called the Ale Association, which is similar to the Inn League in the Shire. They are both festival related, and you can only be kindred with one or the other. I'm not going to be doing those just yet. When a festival rolls around, I will probably do the reputation for those. So there we go. I think that is the end of everything. Let's set off some fireworks to celebrate the end of this season and the start of a new one. There we go. Nice. On a starry, moonlit sky. Are you guys ready? I think we're ready. Let's go. So across the Brandywine Bridge, we are going to be heading into Breland. I hope you guys are excited. Thank you so much for joining me on this season, and I most certainly hope to see you on the next one. It is going to be an exciting one. As always, be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Lord of the Rings Online is coming full force, and I hope to see you there for Season 3. Thanks again for watching.
I'll be waiting for you at the Inn of the Prancing Pony.